Hey everybody, it's Laura the Beauty Buster. I'm here to talk to you about sanitation for makeup artists. As estheticians, we usually have a really good handle on universal precautions and sanitation during a treatment, but when it moves to the makeup, we usually sometimes lose it or don't even know what we're doing. So I'm here to talk to you today about that. The first thing we want to do is sanitize our hands. So you always want to use soap and water, and then I always like to keep a little spray bottle of alcohol, 70% alcohol, spray my hands and let them air dry. The most important thing is that with 70% alcohol is that you want it to air dry. If it doesn't, if you just spray it and then wipe it off, it doesn't really get a chance to sanitize your hands or the implement or the product that you're using. And also, you don't want to use anything more than 70% because it evaporates so quickly, it also doesn't get a chance to work. Number one. Number two, I see people doing this, the biggest makeup artists in the world doing this, and I just think it's disgusting. So never work off your hands. If you are obsessed with working off your hand, you feel like you have to, get a piece of paper. And all you do is you wrap it around your hand and you get a piece of tape right there. So imagine there's a piece of tape here. You've got your whole hand. I don't even care if you go up your arm. Just like cover it in plastic. You've got a whole arm sleeve if you want. And so this way, some people like to work off their hand. Hey, because it's convenient. I get it. But really, nobody wants your dead skin cells, your oil, your potential flu, bacteria, anything that's on your hands on their face. Even if you think it's clean, it looks clean, doesn't mean it is. You're still putting your dead skin cells on them. So we really don't want to do that. Some people like to use the hand also for cream products to use your body heat to warm them up. So you can still do that. It will just be clean. And there's no chance of you getting it on yourself, God forbid on your client. And also at the end of the day, or if you're doing another client, you just rip it off and it's clean and sanitized and you look good. The second thing I want to talk about is putting your hand on someone's head when you're working on them. Oh, I see that and I cringe. And so your clients might not tell you that you're actually pushing their head down on them, but they will tell the next makeup artists that they come to that, oh my God, she put her hands on my head and it hurt so much, it was uncomfortable. It feels really uncomfortable. You don't need to do that. I mean, unless I can't even imagine where you would be that their head would be bobbling around like this. They're sitting there, so you don't need to rest your hands on them. Completely unnecessary. The next thing we're going to talk about is using creams. So when you have a cream, a moisturizer, what you're going to do, you're going to get yourself one of these. A metal one I like because it's very easy to sanitize. Plastic, it can be a little bit porous, so it's not my favorite. But I have one of these. I just keep it on here, and everything I do, I'm going to work off of here. And I get a metal spatula. I'm going to scoop a little bit of this moisturizer out. I'm going to put it on my spatula. Look at this. Put the top back on. That's clean. And then when I put their moisturizer on, I'm going to go right from here to their face. And that's it. This brush, once it hits their face or any brush, it never, ever, ever touches live product. It will only ever touch this ever. Same thing. Here's a primer. Whatever method your primer comes in, whatever format. This one happens to be a pump. I just take that same brush, or you can use a different brush, and I'm going to go from my workspace to their face. Makes it very, very easy. When they see you pull this out and you're scooping things out, you're going to look really professional and they're really going to trust you. Because like I said, they might not say anything to you, but they will to the next person. Here's another good one. I have a stick moisturizer here, Atomic Balm. I will still, again, take my spatula, which is clean and sanitized, scoop some out and put it on there, put the cap back on, and you work right off of here. Easy, right to their face. Don't even think about it. Here's another one. I have cream color correctors, or this could be a cream foundation, and it's the same concept. When you open it, you are going to figure out whatever color they are. You are going to scrape some out and you're going to work off of your palette. Easy. And whatever brushes you have, you're going to work right off the palette, right onto their face. This way you never have to worry, and the client never has to worry that you are putting anybody else's bacteria, skin infections, viruses, who knows, God knows what else, herpes onto them. That's great for foundations. Then, eyeliners. Some people love a liquid liner. I love a liquid liner. You never want to work with the applicator that's there. And I even recommend cutting them off. So if anybody grabs your kit, they can't do it either. What you're going to do, you're going to take some and you're going to put it on your palette and work off from there with your brush. The reason why a lot of professional makeup artists love cream liner is the same thing. It is so much easier. You're just going to scoop some out, black liner right there, and then you're going to work off of your palette from here. Liquid liner is a little bit harder, but you can do it. If you're going to, a pencil. Everybody loves a pencil. Everybody has their favorite pencil. So obviously you're not really going to put that on your palette, but you are going to spray it with your 70% alcohol, and then you are going to put it into your pencil sharpener, and then I like to spray it again and let it dry. So if you know that you're going to use this pencil for sure, I would even like sharpen it and spray it with alcohol, let it dry before your client even gets there. Your sharpener should always be clean, because you're putting, say if someone has pink eye and you don't know it, they don't know it, you put that pencil into your sharpener dirty and not sprayed with alcohol, you've now put that pink eye bacteria into your sharpener. And every person after that, who knows? I don't want to take any chances. You never know. Freak things happen, and I just never want to be accused of anything. So you always want to spray your pencils with alcohol before and after sharpening and let them dry. They must dry. Same thing with a lip pencil. You're just going to, you can see how sharpened it is, and you're going to spray it with alcohol, let it dry, and you're good. Now for a twist up pencil, you can do the same thing. I like to take a little tissue or something, kind of like wipe off that part, spray it with alcohol, let it dry. Sometimes I'll even like take a little bit off. It is a little bit of waste, but I'd rather just waste a little bit, and you know, I got a pro discount anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. Here's one of my other favorite things is this cream blush. So you can see the scrapes in there because I scrape it out onto my palette. And even with a cream, I like to use a fluffy brush with a cream because it just makes it go on really nice and smooth and no hard lines. Let's see what else I have. Oh, here's another one. So what do you do with powders? Powders, lovely powders. You have a couple different options. One thing I do like to do sometimes, see, your palette should always look clean. I have a picture of a palette from a girl that looks disgusting. It was a cream palette, but even if it's a powder palette, you should always be able to see all the black on the inside. They should all look clean and perfect. I don't care if there's only a ring around of pink around the outside because you've used that color so much. It should always still be clean in the whole palette. So with powders, there is a product. You can spray your 70% alcohol before. What I like to do is I'll spray it before I work on someone, and then so when they see me doing that, they know it's drying and it's sanitary. And there's also something called cosmetic sanitizer mist from Beauty So Clean, and all you do is you just spray that, and then I let it dry, and it's good to go, and it's clean between each person. I really love that. Or what I was taught when I went to the makeup school a long time ago is that you scrape off with your scraper again onto a paper towel the color that you want. I kind of really like this, and I've grown to love it because when you're working, that powder is on your paper towel. Then when you're working off of it, you can really work the product into the brush. And so the thing we never want to do, and I've seen this done, and it skeeves me out, is people blowing on their brush. So they tap into the product and then they blow on the brush. Well, okay, you just put your swine flu on the brush and you're going to put it on somebody's face or their eye. So we never want to do that. So when you're working in the paper towel, it helps you work that product in, and then you can tap it off if you want into the paper towel. Especially if you're working with shimmers and glitters, if you blow on it or go like, I don't know, people do all kinds of crazy things. It's going to be all over. And you know glitter gets everywhere, no matter what you do. So try that next time with any kind of face powders or eyeshadows, any kind of pressed powder, scraping it off into the paper towel. I really love to do that. Then we have, same thing with lipsticks. So if you have a lip palette like this, upside down, you're going to scrape out with your scraper some color, whatever it is, onto the palette, and then work with your lip brush from the palette. Always. Never double dip. I can't say this enough. Once anything has touched a client's face, it can never touch a live product. If you take out, I'd rather you take out a clean brush, dip into here, and never put that brush back in there again. I'd say that's okay. Never double dip. If you have a lipstick and you don't have a lip palette, you can take this lipstick, and what I do is I just shave off some parts of that. I put it on my palette and I'm good to go, however much lipstick. And I tend to mix colors, so this makes great for mixing the colors together. Even no matter creams, you can mix pretty much all creams and create a custom blend. Then we come to the lip gloss. Lip gloss, you have options. You can use a disposable lip wand, which I love to do because I like to get it all on there. And then this saves me a lot of times from having to use a lip brush, because then you have this whole thing you can kind of use to work on their face. If you don't do that, then I would say you're going to, again, use your palette and put your product on the palette and work off of there with your lip brush. Mascara. Of course, mascara is everybody's favorite. And so if you have one of those tubes where you squeeze the mascara and you're going to squeeze that onto your palette again and work with a brush, you can do that. Or if you are using disposable mascara wands, you just take that, you put it in one time, that's it, load it up, close this up, and then you can do one or both eyes, however much you need. If you need more, you throw this away, never double dip, and put it in there. One of the other things, the last thing we're going to talk about today, really quick, is fake lashes and strip lashes. So everybody loves lashes, of course. And you can put the glue on here, and then I've seen people blow on it. Great. Now you've put your flu virus right on their eye. Perfect. So all I do is I put it on there and I just like wave it in the air a little bit for a minute, look at it, wait till it gets a little bit tacky, and then you're good to go. All right, guys, I hope this helped you be a little bit more sanitary and take universal precautions while doing makeup outside the treatment room as well as inside the treatment room. Thank you.